Okay, third time's a charm. Hey everyone. Okay, so I just wanted to um, do a quick little video to clear the air about a few things. So I posted recently about how the product that I had designed, um, I got the email from the manufacturer saying that they were shipping a sample to me. Um, on the same day that I saw Adafruit read a blog post about essentially the same exact design. It's based on the same chip, the ADS7128. So the um, the coincidence was crazy, right? Like, what was the chance? And I thought I had found something really unique because there aren't many things in the sort of the electronics module sort of ecosystem that haven't already been done. So I was disappointed, right? And I posted about it because, like, what a crazy coincidence, right? And unfortunately, now granted, I fully acknowledge it was lacking, the post was lacking some information, right? I can't give you the every detail of the story just to write a post. And as a result, a whole bunch of misinterpretations are floating around. And I just want to give you my response to those so that you know exactly what the story is. And I know some people are just going to say, "Oh, you're just backpedaling," and because we called you out and whatever. If you don't believe me, I can't change that. So the first thing was some people actually before I even do that, there were a lot of supportive people. There were people that actually said they liked my design over the other one, and some people were making some suggestions to encourage me. So I appreciate that. So to those people, thank you. Um, And then there's uh, some people that um, I don't fault you for not knowing the whole story, because again, only so much information was available to you. I just wish that people would stop for a moment and not assume the worst, right? Like, if you think, for example, that I was implying that Adafruit stole the design for me, okay, I can't, that's not necessarily invalid. That if that came to your mind, that came to your mind. But, if you read the post, there's nothing about it that suggests that that's what I'm saying, right? So, um, depending on which post you saw, I posted twice, and one of them, I actually explicitly stated, no one did anyone dirty here. This is a crazy coincidence and it's a shitty one for me, right? So, so just to clear the air, I was not suggesting that Adafruit stole the design from me. That would be silly because they have engineers that have been designing these things for years. They don't need to steal designs. And how would they steal the design from me when they don't even know I exist, right? So that's just silly. Um, The other one that was a little bit annoying was people were saying they were mocking me for saying it was a flagship product. Let me give you some context, okay? I was not suggesting that this idea is revolutionary, that it's utterly unique, and that it's something special. That's not what I was saying. The original post was intended for my Facebook audience who are just actual real life friends. They're not engineers. So I didn't have a way to explain all of the context easily. So I used the word flagship just to mean it's the most, um, I guess, complex design and the one that I think has the most potential to fit in the ecosystem in a way that hasn't already been done. So that's what I meant by flagship. I wasn't suggesting that I had come up with something ingenious. Okay, that's not the case. So just wanted to clear the air on that. Um, yeah, I've written down a list of some of the things that I just wanted to clear up. Oh yeah, drama posts in hopes of sales. So depends on what you mean by that. So yes, it's part of exposing the product in hopes that it will sell. That's that. Yes, it is part of that. But I wasn't trying to mislead people or manipulate you into feeling sorry for me. It was just, uh, can you believe this insane coincidence? That's all I was saying. Okay. Um, if if you do sincerely want to support small businesses, and indie designers, then cool. Buy my product if it's what you want, if it's going to serve the needs that you have. But I would never uh, hope to mislead someone just in hopes that that I get their money. There's no integrity in that at all, and I take pride in what I do. The designs I make, I design them to the best of my ability, and I want people who buy from me to be happy for doing it. I want them to say, this is what I needed and it worked. And I know that if I need something that Michael designed, then I can. There's a degree of trust there that you'll have that it should be a reliable product, and that I'm not trying to be a snake oil salesman in any way. Um, a few people were asking what's so different about it. So prefacing this question, I didn't know that there's actually a four-channel version already available. The ADS115, I think, is by TI, is the chip, and there actually is a module that you can buy based on that chip. I didn't know that, but it's a four-channel, and I think having eight channels using the ADS7128 is actually a significant difference. You know, it's part of the the impetus behind the circuit actually is that it's part of a much more complex product that I'm designing. Um, it's essentially a 16-channel non-blocking servo controller, and I want it to accommodate um, servo motors with analog feedback. And so I need more inputs than, say, an ESP32 has, analog ones, that is, to be able to control the servos as well as read feedback from. That's a much more complicated product that I'm working on, that I'm designing right now. And so my reason for even knowing that the 7128 even exists is that I needed to add analog inputs to my product. And so I thought, well, this would make a great module on its own. So that's how that came about. Um, oh yeah, and some people were pretty critical of the fact that it's unrefined. That's a sample that you saw in the photo. That's not the final product. That was just not so much a prototype, but a working sample that I had them make for me so I can test it and verify that it actually works as it should, right? So people were pointing out, I didn't round over the corners and there are no graphics on it. Yeah, I know. That wasn't the intent for this particular one. That's just the sample for testing. Um, so I guess that covers it. I mean, I just, I just, again, I'm not sour about it. I understand when we see posts online, we're getting limited snippets of the story. So I would just remind people that keep in mind you don't know the whole story, and it's fine to make some assumptions, but don't assume that you know for sure, right? Like if I sounded like I was coming off as, oh, woe is me, then that's partially on me too, right? But at the same time, ask me, say, hey, what's with the crybaby story, and then I'll just tell you that wasn't the intent at all, right? And I don't just mean that just for me. I'm saying in general. That's I think we need to remind ourselves that we're only getting bits and pieces of the stories, and so when we make our judgments, we need to keep in mind that there may be more that we don't know that would influence our opinion if we did know, right? Anyway, so if Adafruit has come across this by now, I doubt they have, but if by some chance through sharing they've come across it, uh, hey guys, cool, we designed the same product. Good luck with it. Hopefully we both do okay. And there was, if you heard people saying that I was trash talking, that's just not true. You won't find that anywhere. So that's the story, guys. Okay, that covers it all. Thanks, guys. Take care.